FreeMMOStation.com. Let's talk about MOBAs. Yeah, we know. What the hell? More MOBAs? But these aren't the MOBA games we know about already. These are the upcoming MOBA games, those that are still very much under the radar at the time we're making this top 10. Most of them are either under a non-disclosure agreement or they're not playable at all, so don't expect to see games like Dota 2, Infinite Crisis, Dawngate, Smite, or Prime World here. Among others, those have already been in beta for a while and we've all played them. Let's talk about the rest. The MOBA games that are still fresh, and in some cases, deeply mysterious. Oh, and sometimes a MOBA really is a MOBA, no matter what other names the studio tries to give it. Here's our top 10 upcoming free MOBA games for 2014 and 2015. Number 10. Some of you may see the hint in the Sins of a Dark Age name. This is a game from the makers of Sins of a Solar Empire, the acclaimed science fiction real-time strategy game. Sins of a Dark Age is entering a much more competitive battlefield though, so this medieval fantasy MOBA needs to bring its best game to make a stand. The closed beta is live at the moment, and the quest system seems to really be a favorite right now. The particular look is also different from most, one that fans of the classic RTS Age of Mythology will certainly appreciate. Number 9. Spanish studio Virtual Toys is working on a new free-to-play MOBA game titled Pirates Treasure Hunters. Currently, this game is only expected to launch in South Korea thanks to Netmarble. Pirates Treasure Hunters features different kinds of pirates battling it out in lush settings. One of the big features of this game is the addition of vehicles, something that changes the gameplay entirely. Number 8. ENDWAR Online is a free-to-play episode from one of Ubisoft's Tom Clancy franchises, and is described as a next-gen browser game, a tagline that seems to be gaining a lot of popularity when it comes to marketing your game. While it's being announced as a tactical multiplayer online arena, that just sounds like a fancy name for a MOBA, a label that many publishers are actively trying to avoid. Judging by a particular screenshot, you have 3 lanes and an enemy base to destroy, so how much more MOBA can it get? Anyway, ENDWAR looks sharp, detailed, and very explosive. Number 7. DEADBREED hails from Sweden and from one ex-Just Cause developer. Expect plenty of creepy characters and grim scenarios to play in 3 vs 3 battles. The current selling point is the deep character customization, which will bring different gameplay styles to the arenas. There's also a Sentinel, which will act as an in-game boss fight challenge. It's nothing particularly new or groundbreaking, but it looks good and hopefully the customization will rank among the best of the genre. Number 6. Dead Island Epidemic's announcement was one of the most unexpected of 2013. But here it is, it's real and we're kind of interested in it. Not only because this MOBA, Zomba, is capable of bringing a refreshing change of setting to a lush, inviting tropical paradise filled with zombies, but also due to the fact that the development duties are on Stunlock Studios, the capable team that already brought us Bloodline Champions. And then there's the cherry on top of this rotten cake, so to speak. 3 teams of 4 players each fighting between themselves while dealing with waves of AI-controlled zombies. There are also some bosses that will require all teams to cooperate, letting go of past offenses. All of this labeled by the designers as player versus player versus player versus environment, or PvPvPvE, which just sounds awesome to us. Number 5. Anyone who played the original Magicka knows just how crazy and ridiculously funny this indie game is. The idea of taking the original co-op fun to a PvP spin-off is a great one, since the spells and humor have enough potential to make a great MOBA, one that definitely brings some originality. 2 teams of 4 wizards fight in extremely chaotic battles, all with friendly fire in effect, which will surely result in some laughs and the occasional crying. The amazing on-the-fly combination of effects to create new and surprising spells is definitely the highlight of this game. Number 4. What is there to say about Total War Arena besides that it's the first free-to-play chapter in the acclaimed Total War series, and one that adds MOBA elements to the familiar real-time strategy? Well, really not much. This game will feature 10 vs 10 battles with each player controlling 3 units, each unit containing up to 500 men. And that's pretty much everything so far. It's certainly the largest scale MOBA yet. Arena just has to be great, otherwise this awesome franchise will see its name sullied in a very unnecessary way.
Number 3.
Core Masters is coming to the West courtesy of Rock Hippo, the Microvolts publisher. While this game looks like just another MOBA, the core collecting mode should be enough to draw hordes of players to this game for quite some time. It's a fun and very challenging mode where players collect cores and carry them around, killing other players to collect the cores they are carrying until they reach the match goal. While graphically, Core Masters may look a lot like League of Legends, that doesn't make it any less fun to play.
Number 2.
STRIFE is the new MOBA from S2 Games, makers of Heroes of Newerth. This is a studio at the top of its game, and they're confident enough to call STRIFE the premier second-generation free-to-play MOBA. It begins on a high note by having all heroes unlocked and available to all players, something that is still a rarity in the genre. STRIFE also encourages teamwork and not competition among teammates, with a fair resource distribution. We would also like to highlight the desire of reducing the tedious tasks and the toxicity of flaming so familiar to the MOBA genre. You won't be able to talk to enemy players. A karma system should help reward good and fair players while punishing those who are usually, well, assholes. STRIFE may look familiar from the screenshots, but it's the details and the studio's experience that will truly make this game shine.
And number 1.
There are few things more exciting than getting such an amazing roster in one single game. Playing as Diablo, Kerrigan, or Raynor, among others, is certainly something no respectful video game fan would refuse. Heroes of the Storm is Blizzard's take on the MOBA genre, something like the studio's answer to Valve's Dota 2 and all the mess that happened in the last few years. More than just a MOBA, Heroes of the Storm is a free-to-play team-based brawler with a few ideas that will surely tell it apart from other games, such as the in-depth customization or the battlegrounds with events that can be true game changers. If there's one game that can go against the colossal League of Legends and Dota 2, Heroes of the Storm is almost certainly going to be that game. So there you go, 10 upcoming MOBAs different enough to please every fan of the genre, no matter what they're looking for. Some of them will eventually crash and burn in the reckless free-to-play market, but a select few will thrive and challenge the current trinity of MOBAs, Dota 2, League of Legends, and Smite. Let us know in the comment which are your favorites and why. Don't forget to like and subscribe to FreeMMOStation, and as always, I'll see you guys next time.
Still not sick and tired of all the MOBAs yet? Good for you, because the developers of Heroes of Newerth has just announced another one, STRIFE. This is another free-to-play MOBA, and the studio expects the two games to compete between